Continuing our study in Tractate Yoma, we are on page 5a, and this is part 2 of our slower study on or of Tractate Yoma. Part 2 with the words Uma, Talmud Lomar, V'samach, V'nirtza. She'im asa l'smicha she'arei mitzvah mala alav hakasav ki'ilu lo kiper v'chiper. And for what purpose, then, does the verse state, and he shall place, and it shall be accepted? It teaches that if one deemed the ritual of placing hands to be a peripheral aspect of the mitzvah, and consequently failed to perform it, the verse ascribes to him status as though he did not achieve optimal atonement. And, nevertheless, the offering atones for his sins. Apparently, failure to lay hands on the head of the offering does not invalidate the offering throughout the generations, as atonement can be achieved without it. Nevertheless, according to the opinion of Rabbi Yochanan, failure to lay hands on the offering invalidates the offerings brought during the inauguration. Rav Nachman bar Yitzchak Amar, Tenuva Ika Beinahu, Leman de Amar Kol HaKasuv Behen, Me'akev Behen, Me'akva, Uleman de Amar Davar She'ein Me'akev Adoros, Ein Me'akev Behen, Lo Me'akva. Rabbi Nachman bar Yitzchak said the issue of waiving the offering is the practical difference between the opinions of Rabbi Yochanan and Rabbi Chanina. According to the one who said failure to perform all the details that are written in its regard invalidates the inauguration, failure to waive the offering also invalidates the inauguration. And according to the one who said a matter that does not invalidate offerings throughout the generations does not invalidate the inauguration, failure to waive the offering does not invalidate the inauguration. Uledoros minalan de lo me'akva. And with regard to the halachot of offerings throughout the generations, the Gemara asks, from where do we derive that failure to waive the offering does not invalidate the offering? Titania letenufa lechaper, ki tenufa mechaperes, v'halo ein kapar el b'dam, shene'emar ki hadam hu b'nefesh yechaper. Ma Talmud Lomar letenufa lechaper, shim asa letenufa she'arei hamitzvah ma'alev hakasuv ki'ilu lo kiper v'chiper. The Gemara asks, from where do we derive that failure to waive the offering does not invalidate the offering? The Gemara answers, as it was taught in a Braita, that the verse says, he shall take one male lamb as a guilt offering to be waived to make atonement for him, Leviticus 14:21. Does waiving the offering atone for one's sins? Isn't atonement accomplished only by the sprinkling of the blood? As it is stated, for it is the blood that makes atonement by reason of the life, Leviticus 17:11. And for what purpose then does the verse state to be waived to make atonement? It teaches that if one deemed the ritual of waiving to be a peripheral aspect of the mitzvah and therefore failed to perform it, the verse ascribes to him status as though he did not achieve optimal atonement, and nevertheless the offering atones for his sins on his behalf. I think we'll stop here and continue with part 3.